everyone. Welcome to another episode of our Porai Facebook Live regime. I am Nyonta. Many of you already know me. And today we are going to dive into uh, higher study opportunities for Bangladeshi students. Specifically, we are going to talk about study opportunities in the US, and for that we have a special guest tonight with us, Miraj Ahmed Sadi, who is a research assistant at, I believe the correct pronunciation is Taraquent Laboratory. So, which is a big deal, by the way, for Bangladeshi students. So, without any more fuss, I want to welcome our guest, Sadi. Hello, Sadi.
Hello.
How are you? How are you doing today? How is spring in the south? Yes, I did my research.
That's pretty good. I just got back from my breakfast. I'm fasting this morning, and it's like 11 a.m. I had to wake up early. But yeah, I'm excited to be here to see everyone learn about my journey specifically, but also Porai as a platform being introduced to the new students in Bangladesh. So yeah, excited to be here. Nice to see you.
I'm excited to
let's get started.
Have you here.
Thank you.
So we want to learn from the study opportunities from you, but first, how did you end up there? Tell us about your secrets. Tell us about your journey.
Yes, it's not much of a secret, honestly. There are a bunch of students going from Bangladesh to United States over decades now. I know a bunch of alumni who went to from Dhaka College to different parts of Dhaka University, going to grad school in United States. But it's definitely kind of rare when it comes to undergrads coming up to US. So given that we have fewer opportunities of scholarships all over the world, and especially in US, it's kind of difficult to navigate through the process and get into the system. So when you come to US, you are required to follow a bunch of steps, which you are necessarily not required to follow when it comes to applying for Canada or other parts of the world.
Australia.
So it gets more. Yes. So Australia, Canada, you have different processes for different countries, but the US process, application process turns out to be very complicated because you have to go through the Common App and everything. So basically in these cases, you need more of a one-on-one interaction with people when it comes to that. You need a mentor who would be able to guide you through the process. And that's why a lot of students don't apply, end up applying to the United States in general from Bangladesh, and people think that it's a rare case that you end up going there in undergrad, but it's not like that. But it's more you don't understand the process to be able to apply and go there. So my journey, it started with I was in 10th grade and I was navigating through the application process in the United States. And I didn't have much of a mentorship when it came to that because both of my parents, they never went to colleges, in general. They went to places in Bangladesh and they never tried to apply. Not no one in my family did so. And so it was a pretty new thing for me. But luckily I went to a good school and they had some sort of a process trying to explain students on how to deal with certain Common App processes and apply abroad, not necessarily just in the US, but all over the world. So I tried to talk to my guidance counselors over there, but of course, as you know, how school processes are in Bangladesh, you have over 150 students assigned to one particular counselor, and they cannot navigate the entire thing just for you, but rather you have to put in the effort for them. So it was kind of difficult for me because I was going through my A level education at that time, and the time limit is like very short when it comes to that because you have to write so much. Every college has their specific essays. You have to get a recommendation from like three different people, arrange your transcripts, write down all the references, and then your ECAs, list them down, all the works you have done. So it's a lot of things that you have to like go through. So for the first time when I was trying to apply, I was not able to finish my process by the end of the application deadline. So I didn't end up applying to a lot of places. And eventually I didn't like go right after my high school. So I had to take a gap year and like rethink my way of working with it. And I was able to manage everything down and was able to apply early to the University of Rochester. And luckily, I had like good references and like good letters of recommendations, as well as like good transcripts, which finally like allowed me to go to the University of Rochester. But I feel like that I could have landed there a year earlier if I had the right mentorship at that time. If I had someone who would be willing to like talk to me through my application process or help me run that through so that I don't have to like Google every single thing I'm done, like trying to do. So it's pretty decent, or like if you have a mentor assigned to you when you were in your 12th grade or 11th grade going into your 12th grade and you were trying to apply
It'll be much
somewhere.
easier for you.
Yes, it gets much easier and you don't necessarily have to like navigate through every single thing, but rather talk to this person and they will guide you through certain questions and you don't like that saves a lot of time for you. So yeah, so I struggled a lot, but I think at the end of the day, I found a couple of people who I used to talk to and they were able to help me out on that process. Yeah.
Wow, I'm so happy for you, and I wish you all the success and happiness in the world. I'm very inspired, seriously. So, this is actually very hard for Bangladeshi students to seek opportunities in foreign universities, mostly because of the high expenses, I guess. So, do you have any suggestions for our viewers to get scholarships and fundings and things that sort?
Yes. So when you apply to different parts of the world in terms of application, I think like I just don't want to like reference to US in this case because there are a bunch of other universities all over the world who actually like give very good education and will help you out in any way you are trying to like navigate through your path. But I would say like countries like Australia, UK, or Canada, they have like specific scholarship programs, which is like very difficult to get into, and like only a handful number of people are able to like get that every year. But given that like Bangladesh is like such a big country when it comes to like higher education abroad, like a lot of students want to go abroad and like get their education. So it's kind of difficult to like get on to those programs if you are like coming from a huge number of people going into those like single scholarship program. That is kind of difficult. Like there are a couple of scholarship programs in Canada, like UBC ILOD or Toronto Lister Pearson Scholarship. Those are like full scholarships that students get, but like those are very limited. Like one or two people from per country, like they get that. So it's kind of difficult when it comes to going to those countries to get their scholarship and like to do the work. So finances are definitely an issue in this case. But like countries like Hong Kong or Korea, they always like end up giving a lot of scholarships to students. And same goes for US. So that's probably one of the reasons why US becomes like a main point of attraction for students, because they're giving financial aid to students, and financial aid is something that is completely different from scholarship. It is determined based on your parents' income and how much they're able to contribute towards your education. So overall, that thing comes up to how much can contribute, but then that also affects you, how the chances of you getting into that university. So overall, it sums up something like that: if you're paying this much, your chances of getting into that university would be that much. So definitely the higher or the better the profile or the better essays you write down, the more attractive is your application to that particular university. And that much the university will be willing to particularly like risk on you with their financial aid. So it's like more about risk management in this case, that how much the university is willing to contribute to you or towards your education based on your profile. So definitely like your profile to the point, being able to craft that application with your mentor is like the best way to go in this case.
Our students don't get picked up that much. Our students, Bangladeshi students, they need to be more skilled and advanced to walk in your steps, I guess. They have much shortcomings when it comes to doing research or using technology like you did. Maybe the next generation will be different. They will get used to this. Let me tell you something about ourselves. Our new venture, Porai, it's an edtech, by the way. It's an on-demand tutoring platform. So it's kind of a marketplace for, we provide provide a platform for students and teachers to connect. That's it. To commemorate the golden jubilee of the independence of Bangladesh, we are offering free services, we are offering free online classes for all the students for 3 long months. So that's a big announcement for us. And we also have a sister concern, EduHub. Any academic institution can enroll themselves and allow online admissions for students in this. So, do you have any suggestions for us, or any advices?
Yes, of course. I think I went through Porai's platform. Yes. So as I was saying, I went through Porai's platform before, and I saw like different parts of aspects and things you can get services about. Things like university preparation, IELTS, GRE, and all that. I think it's a great platform to have, even that like Dhaka being a very big city, and like you have to like go around so much. Like the travel that I used to have from like Jahangir Gate to Dhanmondi was like over 2 hours. So it used to take forever to get there. So I think Porai being like one of the platforms that like provides that kind of service where you can like talk one-on-one to a particular person who has an expertise over the concerns you have. It's a pretty good deal. And also like you guys providing free services for so long. It's something students to try out, because over the last couple of years, due to COVID, I think Bangladesh transitioned a lot towards online education, and it's something we want to see in the future, because you will have a time when the students will not be going to universities, rather they will be studying from home, and through like different online mechanisms, right? The only time you probably will be willing to go to college if you have to like get your lab work done. Other than that, like everything's gonna be online at some point. So Porai being like having that opportunity for students to like go one-on-one mentorship through different curriculums, that's something really nice that they're trying to introduce to Bangladesh. And I'm very excited to see how it goes because it's on a test run right now, and I see a lot of people trying to interact with it. So the only suggestion or advice I would have for Parai as a like entire circuit, it would be that if you are trying to partner with different universities, and you have different students from like coming from different backgrounds over there, and if you're able to give them the platform to like reach out to students within Bangladesh, they will be able to also guide them through that, how they got into their colleges and what they are doing, and also give them the perspective on how to pursue higher education, both like abroad or within Bangladesh, because like Bangladesh has a lot of stuff going on right now, and like students coming from like Dhaka University and Buet or like North South BRAC, they're doing great. Like they have so much in resources. They are trying to explore a lot of stuff. And whenever they're going abroad to compete against certain universities, they do a great deal. They bring in a lot of successes over the years, and I feel like if they are able to share those with the students that are trying to get into colleges within Bangladesh or like outside, they could give very good mentorship. So I would like probably also suggest like Parai to go on to universities and like talk to students over there and try to able to recruit them as their mentors. And that will eventually increase the reach of Parai towards higher education in Bangladesh and to like college education or like basic high school education within Bangladesh. So like increasing the platform's reach towards all sorts of ages and educations. It's something that Porai is trying to do, and it's something nice and revolutionary.
So thank you so much, Shadi, for your suggestions. I'll note them down and talk to Junaid sir about this. And I know you're fasting. I know you have a busy schedule. Thank you for giving us time in this busy schedule of yours. And it was really nice talking to you. It was really nice talking to you. Hope to talk to you again soon. So আজকের লাইভ আমরা এখানেই শেষ করি ভিউয়ার্স। আমরা পরে আবার কোন একটা লাইভে দেখা হবে আপনাদের সাথে। টেক কেয়ার সাদি।
Yeah, thank you for having me.